Hey, good morning, everybody who is tuning in here on the YouTubes. We are a couple minutes away from the official start. And beautiful morning here in Colorado. Cup of coffee. Hey, Mike, what's happening? Ooh, riding again today. 4 days this week, Mike. That is awesome. Awesome. I think it's Mike, right? Yeah, I think that's the Mike I'm thinking of. Remind me for sure. I think there's lots of M's out there. I'm one of them. But I'm pretty sure it's a Mike. Hey, what's happening, John Bowman? Dirt bikes for sure. It's a lovely day. Hey, Mom. My mom's on. Everybody say hi to my mom. Paul Anstey, what's happening? Shane McNabb, what is going on? We are 30 seconds from a full go. Keith McQueen. So it says 2K, but I'm actually one short. It rounds up. I'm at actually 1999 right now. The last time I just checked. Everybody say hi to my mom. Roger said hi. Clark has say how's it going? Brian Wishman. Good to see you guys all here. Right. All right, guys, welcome to the Gospel of Two Wheels number 74, which is Highland Cycle's 13th birthday. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! 13 years I have been doing this ridiculousness. Dave Kessler, Paul, everybody say hi to my mom if you haven't yet. Suzanne Spradling is her name here on the YouTubes, so make sure you say hi. Let's see. I guess I'm using this camera. Anyway, I'm going to see if I can switch cameras because right now I'm using the computer. How's it sound and look to everybody? Let me know. If I can switch over, I will, but if not, then it's no big deal. Burradimeter, Burrap. Oh, you guys are awesome. Right on, Mike. I thought it was. I was pretty sure. Okay, cool. Well, we're just going to stick with this. I got to look at a different camera, though. There we go. Cool. Yeah, 13th anniversary for Highland Cycles. Obviously a big day. Technically, it's the 7th, I think, which would be Saturday, but I'm calling it today because here we are, having fun with the Gospel of Two Wheels, doing our still stuff. Yes, Roger heard. Sadly, I am still ugly. But my mom will disagree with you. She will absolutely disagree with you on that. So what are we going to talk about today, guys? I don't even know. I just thought we'd obviously get together because it's the 13th anniversary of the shop and because it's Thursday and that's what we do. So you guys come at me with some questions. I forgot to get the post out to have questions early. Sorry about that. Didn't happen. No big deal. Let's start with conditions report like always. Yes. Paul, SX Daytona, we will absolutely talk about that. Conditions report. It's stinking awesome here. I would imagine there's still some mud on the south end of our Adobe Desert area. The south end, but north faces, because that's where the mud ends up. But Peach Valley and all that is like in phenomenal condition. It's dry. It's ready to go. Dry Creek, still some mud and snow hidden in the dark areas, but still really good. Mountains are obviously still covered up completely in snow. The Grand Junction area is dry and riding really, really well. So Rabbit Valley, 27 and a quarter road or 20. Yeah. Anyway, all that desert out there. Oh, Roger, why did Tomac not get penalized for taking out BB? Well, first of all, I don't think he should have personally on that one. That was it was a crazy whatever situation, but I don't know. I thought, Baggett didn't really, he didn't see him coming. It was a mistake, but Clark asks, how is Red Rocks and Sidewinder coming Saturday? Should be really good. I would imagine it's good. It's definitely was wet when I rode last Saturday morning. I will do a live feed on our Facebook page from Saturday morning. this Saturday. I think I have Saturday morning free. I'm pretty sure. But last Saturday I rode Black Ridge, which is all that up high stuff. And in the morning it was great. It was frozen, but it's definitely going to get gnarly out there as the day goes on. But I think that by this coming Saturday, you should be good, Clark. Bam Bam has taken out all those dudes. He needs to top. Yeah, for sure. I agree. Hey, Keith McQueen, thank you so much for the birthday money. So I would be remiss if I didn't mention again, we have our super chat. If you click on the little money thing, you guys can, if you want, donate to the channel. It will go to all the goodness and the gospel of two wheels and making this whole channel more awesome. Keith, thank you so much for that. I really, really appreciate it. Hey, Monkey Racer 49, how's it going? I don't know who you are. I don't think. Maybe I know your name, but great to see you on here. Thanks, Mom. I love you. SKF Fork Scrapers, putting ATF and outer chambers of AER forks to save money and seal swell qualities of ATF. Ooh, okay. So first of all, I discussed the Tomac thing. I don't think he should be penalized. I like seeing rough racing. I don't want to see anybody like do stupid things where they just like throw bikes at people and crash, but I like aggressive racing. It makes it sorry. Oh, there we go. It's different now. Everything's on the desk. It makes it way more interesting. I miss the old days of the guys like getting after it and having rivalries and all that stuff. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see Barsha and Tomac yelling at each other, honestly, because like, let's do it. Brady Metter can definitely say more about the whole ATF and fork scraper thing because he is a ripping suspension tuner, and I like the fact that he says no ATF. There we go. I'm with him on that. He is, if you guys don't know, Brady Metter is a TBT franchise in Oklahoma. TBT is Tuning by Travis from California. They are amazing and awesome, and like listen to everything he has to say about suspension. Jimmy, absolutely corporate took away the personality. I agree. I want to see it get like legit. Let's see. The Garrett Anderson. So Brady asked, have I ridden the YZ yet? And Garrett, you are wrong. I did ride the YZ because I broke the KTM. Yes, and it's brilliant, Brady. Thank you so much. Brady asked that question because he just revalved the shock. He fixed the shock and revalved it. He also has done the forks. TBT is the only company I'm going to use for suspension tuning anymore, ever. So, Brady, it's awesome. I only rode with the kids, so I didn't get to go real hard on it. And also my clutch is being a little funky. I just got a new clutch pack for it today or yesterday. So I'm going to get that installed and get it out and ride it this weekend, I hope. Oh, Roger heard my TBT wrenches are hanging at my shop. I sent pictures to Brady, and he's sad that he doesn't have them. I actually gave the one that doesn't say TBT to my new mechanic, so he has fork cap wrench. So, again, Roger, thank you so much for that. Oh, yeah, Garrett Anderson is going to beat up on his TBT stuff this weekend at the Copper Classic down in Texas. Or is it Texas or Arizona? Hey, Pat Wakirka, what's happening, man? Pat, joining us from Adventure Spec Gear. Pat, thank you so much. Pat helped me out with a really awesome set of pants that I love and have been wearing actually a bunch recently. Dirt Rider 83. Can you elaborate on the ATF and forks and shocks? Brady, go to that because I don't know as much as you do. I just know not to do it. Jimmy, did the wife make me shave? No, I just switched it up. It's like I still have the chops. They're just really short again, so they're coming back. She doesn't care what I look like. Obviously, she married me. Mike, my 2020 XCW blew a fork seal after 1.5 hours. Warranty is covering around the 200 XC. Don't tell my wife. Right on. That sucks. That blew a fork seal that fast. I would want to look at the fork tube about that, because like there may be something going on with that fork tube. I don't know. That's a weird one that would blow that quickly. So yeah, maybe when they're covering that under warranty, have them take a real good look at the fork tube. Dave Kessler says only in outer chambers on the ATF. I'm going to stick with, I'm personally going to stick with fork fluid. I use Maxima. Brady's like, said the Honda stuff. Brady says lots of 2020 KTMs having fork seal and shock seal issues. Garrett Anderson, please jump on that, because I know Garrett's going to make some snide remark about KTMs and Yamahas, which is awesome. It's all for the good things. Let's see. Roger, I believe Nick in the Tube also, but let's see if I missed any. Did I miss any things? I just want to make sure. Paul Ansi says SX Daytona. So I'm excited. We're having a big party big party. We're having a party at my house to watch Daytona Supercross. I'm very excited. I personally would really like to see Roczen win again. I just think he's a class act. I'm not a giant fan of Eli Tomac. I don't know if I've told that story on the YouTubes, but he's not my favorite guy. So I am a massive Roczen fan and a bunch of other guys, but I love Ken Roczen. I think he's great. Roger Hurd says ATF is not slippery. Fair enough. Garrett Anderson just finished putting Tori's Explorer forks back together again. I'm losing count on how many times I've done those seals. His Yamaha is perfect, which is awesome, and it's valved by TBT, which is awesome. Roger Hurd says Blowmac or Slowmac, although I have to say my hat is off to Eli for his performance the last that last race in Atlanta, because honestly, one of the reasons I've lost love for Tomac, the main reason is a different story, but is that I hate he always quits. If he gets a bad start or falls down, he just like lays back there in 13th or 10th or whatever. Last week he did not do that, and I was impressed with the ride. It was awesome to watch him. It really was. So good job, Eli. I still don't like you very much. And Garrett Anderson, yes, Blue Crew. Oh, Jimmy Neihart says, thinking it's a Honda thing. Absolutely. Brady Metter says, fork oil is cheap, so I'm not sure why you would want to run ATF. It isn't designed for the application you're using it. It's designed to run high pressure through valve bodies. I agree. So let's go down that road, oil road, because that's always fun. I'm not gonna not the Rotella road, which I'm sure John Bowman is gonna make a comment about, but the I want to talk about its intended use road. So just a quick note on the whole two-stroke oil thing, because I find it interesting that not everybody, a lot of people want to use Sabre, Amsoil Sabre in their two-stroke motorcycle, even though Amsoil, the company who makes that oil, says that it is for power equipment. And that same company, a very reputable, good oil company, makes oil for motorcycles. So I'm with Brady. Yes, John Bowman. That is awesome. John Bowman just said Rotella in all caps. I love it. So yeah, I'm a big fan of using the stuff that's intended for. I don't care about the brand, all that stuff, like whatever, but use the stuff that it's for, please. Yeah, Garrett Anderson, the chainsaw oil, it doesn't make any sense. Brady says, I'll post some pictures later today and tag you guys in pics for some worn out Yamaha parts. Yeah, like my Yamaha, I think I put that on there, didn't I? Everything wears out, but we're just, hard Blue Crew. Oh, you guys are awesome. Brady with the Rotella. Oh, it's awesome. Yeah, anyway, so that's my views on oil. I'm not going to go deep into that. It's awesome to see all you guys on here on YouTube. It's a bummer that I can't do it on Facebook too at the same time, but it seems to be working out. You guys are doing it. if you guys are watching on YouTube, and I see a bunch of you are, hit that like button. That would be awesome. It means a lot to me. It really helps us out. So Clark asks, I brought my 300XC from Slavin's employee, and he said to use Saber. So Clark, I know. And Jeff is a great businessman, all that. I didn't post anything about my clapped out shock, Brady. I will. I have the shock body hanging on the wall because it's a reminder. Clark, I could go long and deep into the two-stroke thing about Saber, and he probably said to run 80 or 100 to 1. There's a lot of science behind why you shouldn't do that, and it's not just not just to keep it from blowing up or hurting things. You actually make more horsepower with a little more oil in because the rings seal better. And anyway, it's proven by, like I said, like science and things. Outer chamber, like lube seals in the Dave Kessler says outer chamber application, lube seals and air oil volume ratio. Okay. Again, I don't know enough about the ATF thing. I'm gonna stick with fork oil, but that's just me. So Clark, I use the Motorex Crosspower 2T, and I run it 50 to 1. It calls for 60 to 1 in my KTM, but I have a KTM 250, a Yamaha 250, a KX65, and a KX100 to fill with gas. And the 65 and 100, I don't want 60 to 1 in because they just rev too hard and much. So I go 50 to 1, and it's one can of gas for everything, and it works out really, really good. Yamalube R for mix from Roger Hurd. The Brady says, why use two different oils? It's 200 cc's, fair enough. So yeah, Jimmy, more oil, better. I saw fatten the ratio up as much as possible for sure. You guys are awesome, just commenting like crazy. I love it. Okay, you guys are awesome. I'm gonna let you guys go off on the whole ATF thing. So yeah, I like Motorex. The reason I like Motorex is not because it's for the KTM. I put it in the Yamaha and the KXs too. It's because for me, the way I ride, the way I jet bikes, it seems to burn cleaner and less spooge, and it works just fine. So Brian Wishman says Motul 710 50 to 1 worked great for me. Yep, Motul is great. I've used Motul. I've used Yamalube. I've used Silkaline. I've used Redline. I've never had a motor blow up, but with any of it, so it's all good. I just find that I get less black stuff out the back with Motorex. Have you seen the 250X engineer video with the Yamalube comment? No, I haven't. Sorry, Clark Cass, Motorex Crosspower 2T is what I personally use. So 13-year shop owner stories. What do you guys want to hear about? Yeah, let me know. Barnato spooge. Mike Barnato had plenty of spooge coming out of his bike before he brought it in because it was burning transmission oil with the with the gas because the right side seal had failed miserably. It was awesome. And Roger, I've blown up motors with everything. Yeah, you can blow up. Yeah, I mean, I've blown up motors, but it had nothing to do with the oil. The worst return story. So like the worst, like the thing I messed up, because I've done that plenty. Is that what you mean? If that's what you mean, let me think about that because, oh man, let's see. I am trying to think about what the best, worst one of those is. Let's see. Trying to think. I've never left a drain bolt out, which is lucky because of all the distractions, especially early in my career when I was like, oh, nightmare bike that wouldn't go away. I'm trying to think of one that I messed up. I've had those though. I had one where the main jet fell out in a carburetor. That was awesome. It ran like crap. Nightmare bike that wouldn't go away. Oh, I had, gosh, I don't know. I'm going to keep thinking about all these. These are good. So I have an awesome Brian said the hardest customer you've had to try to please. Okay, I've got an awesome one. This is so good because I was just telling the story before. Again, I would be remiss if I didn't mention the super chat button. If you guys want to donate to the channel right here for the birthday boy, the birthday shop. Again, you don't have to. This is working out really good, the whole YouTube thing, and I'm trying to really make it a bigger revenue stream for us so I can do more awesome video things. That's all. So, okay, Brady's going off on the thing. Anyway, so customer, great one. So I had this customer years ago, and he came in with a WR 450, wanted an oil change, and something else. Anyway, simple, right? Yeah, you bet. So I do the oil change, whatever, and it literally, I think it was just change the oil. I mean, in air filter. So I did oil and air filter. Garrett Anderson, that's awesome. So Dave Kessler. Oh, okay, yeah, I get you. Okay, anyway, so guy comes picks up his WR 450. I clean and service air filter. I change the oil. Gave it back to him. He puts it on his trailer. He drives away. He comes back and he storms in from the back of the shop. What the beep? I'm like, whoa. And like, I had just finished it. I know that there was oil in it. I knew that the drain bolt was tight. I knew everything. And he hadn't even gotten it home yet. Like it hadn't even, like he had been gone not enough time to even have the thing come. Anyway, so ridiculousness, right? So so he's screaming at me. I'm like, what are you talking? He said, come here. And he walk out there and he's like, look at this. And he starts hitting his brake line with his hand. He's slapping his brake line because it was like way up above the number plate or the headlight mask. He's like, what? I brought this thing in here. This thing wasn't like this before. And he's slapping his brake line. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, and he's hitting this thing. And I'm looking at, and I realized that he's tied it down on his trailer so tight that it pushes the forks down, and the brake line had come up and made a big loop because on the WRs, you have a headlight and you have a speedo and all this stuff. And so anyway, it's a bigger loop when you tie it down. And I realized what's going on. I'm like, I flipped. This is years ago before I've calmed down a lot in my life, and I've I don't drink anymore. I wasn't drinking that day, but like I wasn't the nicest guy, and I came unglued. I freaking no, it wasn't. I screamed at him back. I'm like, hey, dumb beep, you mother beep, blah, blah, beep. And there's customers in the shop watching all this happen. And I explained to him in very certain terms what an idiot he was. And oh man. And I told him, get out of here, never ever come back here. And please if you have friends, tell them not to come here, because if they're actually friends with you, I don't want them here ever. I mean, I came unglued, and oh my gosh, and my customers inside the shop were like, whoa. And I came storming back in the shop so livid, and it was like it's funny now because I come back in, I'm so angry, and I'm like, sorry you had to see that, mad, whatever. And I don't know, he's standing out there. The guy's standing out in the parking lot. If you've ever been to the shop, he's like, you can see him out the back door, and with his bike, and his wife is in the car, and the whole thing, and he's just freaking out. And he comes back into the shop. I'm like, what do you want? And I told you, get out of here. And he's like, I'm really sorry. Oh, it was awesome. And we have since become friends. We're okay. But I was livid. Another phenomenal one. You guys got to hear because it's amazing. So we have this biker gang in town called the Sons of Silence. I haven't seen too much of them anymore. I've heard that they're kind of dwindling. Their leader died, but they're a legit like bad biker gang, right? Like bad people, and they do bad things for a living. Yes, Paul Anstey, his wife absolutely told him to apologize. I know her, and she's way nicer than him. He's grown up too, though. Anyway, this guy came in. This back when I was selling bikes on consignment. One of the reasons I don't do it anymore. No, they don't have a TV show, but they should. I need a TV show because of all this crazy. Oh, wait, I have one. And thanks to you guys, I get to keep making it. It's awesome. I love the daily schlogs and all the stuff. It's kind of like a TV show about my life, which is funny. I haven't had any big blow-ups, so hopefully we'll get some of that in the future because it's funny. But so this guy comes and you're talking about the biker gang. They don't have a TV show, I don't think. That's like the Sons of Anarchy. This is Sons of Silence. And this guy came in, he bought a bike from me. I made the mistake. I mean, I will take all the ownership on this because I shouldn't have trusted him, but he gave me a pretty hefty deposit, about half the bike. It was a street bike. It was an Aprilia Tuono. Actually, it was a beautiful bike. And it was older. Hey, Brady Metter, thank you so much. Brady Metter, you're my hero. Thank you so much for the donation. It really means a lot. Thank you. Thank you. And so he buys a bike and he's like, yeah, I just, I'll pay you the rest. Can I take the bike? I knew him. I had a pretty decent like reputation with this guy. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm going to keep the title and, whatever. I wrote him a little bill of sale so he could get a tag and all this stuff. And, long story short, he never paid me. And I kept calling him, and I finally obviously got super mad. This escalates, guys. It gets really interesting. So I'm super, super mad as months go by. I'm not getting paid. And I call him. I'm like, I scream at him, and he's in this gang. So it's a little bit sketchy because and a guy that was working for me is like, should I bring my 40 down? I'm like, yes. So he brings his 40 cal down, and we put it behind the desk of the shop. Eventually, this dude walks in, and he's of Latin descent, which doesn't have anything to do with why he did this. It's the gang thing, but it does tie into the story. And we start screaming at each other, right? I now have my hand on a pistol behind the desk. He doesn't know I have my hand on the pistol, but I've got a hand on a pistol. He's screaming at me, and I was like, dude, I'm going to call the cops. I'm going to get him down here. He's like, what are they going to do? And I made a comment. Now, I'm not proud of the comment, but it gets real. I'm like, listen, man, you're Mexican. I'm white. Who do you think they're going to believe? And you're the one in the wrong. Oh, man, it exploded. Again, this is probably 10, 11 years ago. He came unglued. I got really scared. I never did pull the gun up and out. He left. Eventually, I did get paid for the bike. Amazingly enough, I couldn't believe it. But hey, Paul Anstey, thank you so much. Thank you for the happy birthday. That means a lot. Thank you. But yeah, he blew up, and it was like, oh my! I couldn't, dude. It was It was one of the scariest moments I've had at the shop ever. Well, it's hands down the scariest moment. It's generally not very scary at my shop. So it's usually mostly fun. There might be some wrenches thrown when things are being a pain in the butt, but let's see. I'm trying to think of any other good ones. Actually, I'll announce this publicly. Hey, Todd Hoff, you owe me $1,000. So yeah, there's another one. Wealthy guy from Telluride owes me $1,000 and won't pay me. Picked up his bike, had a buddy come pick up his bike. It was very sneaky. He had given a deposit on it. We had it fixed. He had a buddy come pick it up. And buddy's like, oh, just call him, get a credit card. Okay, no problem. Won't pay me. And just so all of you know, $1,000 is a real big deal to me. like a real big deal. So, I mean, it's a deal anyway. No, it's not the snow bike. No, that guy pays up. He's all good. The snow bike, he just hasn't picked it up. that guy's just a goofball. No, the snow bike that's always in my videos and pictures has been sitting there forever. That guy is awesome. His name is Travis Spitzer, and I like Travis a lot. Travis is great, and he pays his bill over the phone immediately. Just hasn't picked the motor or the snow bike up. He wants me to sell it. So if anybody wants to buy a 2013 450 SXF with a Timberslate kit on it, let me know. Yeah, Jimmy, I agree. Brian Wishman, I tried to look him up on Facebook. I can't find him. It's been almost a year now, and if I ever see him, we'll take care of things. No, it's Jimmy. It's actually his name. I know it, it's totally his name. I know people know him, and yeah, it's legit. And he's just anyway. It's a bummer. I'm moving on. But if I could get my $1,000, I'd be really, really happy. I would be really, really happy. Let's see. Yeah, Dave Kessler, I agree. I don't have the bike anymore. I can't lean on him. I don't think it's a mess. And yeah, Brian, it's a write-off, unfortunately. Unless I can find him. Unless he happens to show his face. I've had that happen before. I've had people do shady things, and then 2-3 years later they show up and thinking I'm gonna forget, and I don't. I'm trying to be a better Christian and a better, nicer person these days in my life. So trying to let it go. But Brady, I know. Thank you so much. And honestly, thank you guys all for watching. Just watching this and clicking the like button really helps a bunch. Mom, I do need a bounty hunter. Actually, I have a friend that is a bounty hunter, and I didn't even bother. I sent him on another guy. There's another guy that owes me $1,000 out there too. He disappeared though. Joel, I agree. The bike was a DR650, so it goes fast enough that, I mean, you get hurt real bad if you fall off one of those. So yeah. And yeah, running a small business is hard. But I wouldn't have it any other way. I have actually so many times in the past considered closing the Brady, that's awesome. Brady says, you have that 1,000 you owe me. I don't, because Todd has it. Oh man, let's see. Andy, thank you so much on the happy 2K subs. I actually don't think when I checked right before the show, it's 199 or 1999. It rounds up it shows the 2K. So we're this close. I'm sure I will be announcing the game to give away the hat and hoodie today because it goes up, maybe even by the end of this. In fact, if you're watching this and you haven't subscribed, please do, because I'm going to give away free stuff when we hit 2K, which, like I said, is nowish. But the next big thing is 5K. When we hit 5K, I'm going to blow up my YZ250. It makes me sad to even say that, but I think it's going to be awesome to see what happens when you do blow one up. You're going to look inside that thing, and it's going to be super duper awesome. So I'm really excited about that. Also, if you guys are at all interested in the Patreon deal, I've got some goals on the Patreon page that we're trying to hit that will be cool. One of them is if I can get to a certain level in Patreon, I'm going to buy some mini bikes, some TTR 125s or CRF 150s to start showing people how to teach people how to ride for free. Also, I was working on a permit with the BLM to be able to charge money to take people riding and things like that, but I've honestly reconsidered my whole model. And I mean, I think you guys are seeing that I love to give away information and get people out on dirt bike and just spread the gospel of two wheels. And if this channel and the Patreon thing generate enough revenue, then I will continue to do, I'm going to continue to do this no matter what, but I will do even more free stuff. I'm not getting the permit. They actually granted me the permit, but I'm not going to use it. I'm going to I'm going to take people riding for free. So if you guys want to come ride for free. If you join on Patreon, then you get a free ride anyway with just me, and we'll take you out to one of our local areas for the day and have a ton of fun. So I just want to spread the gospel of two wheels. And like I said, if I can make this internet thing generate enough revenue, then that can be really easy. That's the goal. That's where I'm heading, guys. I want to be able to do more and more and more for the community of motorcyclists. My end goal is to have everybody on earth ride dirt bikes. I know that's impossible, but that's where I'm shooting. Because I think dirt bikes make life better. I think they make us better people. They make us tougher. They make us more financially responsible, and I know that's a oxymoron, but you got to save money if you're going to ride dirt bikes. Maybe it's not the best thing. But you know, like you said, you can't be broke and ride dirt bikes. So you got to have a job. You got to do things. I think they make you learn, like I'm trying to do here on the channel, and get people actually working on their bikes and learn things and learn a real thing with their hands that maybe will translate into a job instead of some like fake thing. So anyway, that's where we're headed. Clark Hess, I will be out riding Saturday morning early is for sure. Jimmy, yes, I do mail order parts. How shipping rates to the East Coast? They're good. If you order anything from me that comes from Tucker Rocky, which we can talk on the phone or via email about that, I can drop ship for $9 flat rate. Paul, Nancy, thank you so much. Brady, you guys are awesome. So I can do like $9 flat rate drop ship from anything from Tucker Rocky. So that's Nitro Mooses, Bridgestone tires, any kind of oil filters, air filters, you name it. There's a lot of things. No, also Brian, that's funny you say that. Broke people ride dirt bikes. Actually, I mean, I know you're joking. All the broke people that bring bikes in, every one of those people pays their bill right on time. And actually early. Actually, I had a guy prepay me for tires and a tire change yesterday. Just because he's nice and he's not rich. It's the wealthy people that are really the problem. What are you going to do to blow up the YZ? Lean jetting, no premix, burnouts and sand. So yeah, Andy, great question. To blow up the YZ, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on a stand in the shop. I'm going to tape the throttle open. I'm going to kick it and let it run until it stops. With Electron on it. That will do it. And I think it will. Brady Metter, yes, the sizing issues are getting really old on the Nitro Mooses. I agree. I just had one that was a bit of a pain in the butt. Roger Hurst is nuts through car. Roger told me a story of his dad working for Cowie. They tried to blow up a 125, I think, and it wouldn't blow up. It just sat there on a dyno running, and they finally had to put nuts and bolts. Brian Wishman says maybe you should see if it runs on ATF. If I fire the thing up and run it and it doesn't blow up after a few minutes, like 10 minutes, then I'll stop it and I'll drain the gas out and put straight gas in and see what happens. I don't know. Oh man, let's see what else, guys. It's 8:07. I'm gonna keep running. There's a ton of you guys on here watching. I'll go ahead and say it again. If you're watching, click the little thumbs up button for me. That means a lot. Thank you. Also, guys, to get the subs up, if you want to watch that motor blow up, and then, like I said, we're not just going to blow it up. We're going to blow it up, and then we're going to take it apart and see what actually happened to it, and then, fix it. So there'll be a whole bunch of YouTube content that comes out of that situation. Rotella, that would actually be pretty fun. I don't know. Well, it doesn't matter. We're a long way from 5,000, but we are actually cranking up really fast on the subs right now. So thanks to all of you guys. That is what is causing it. You guys liking things, sharing things, all that is what's doing it. Keith McQueen, installed my first tubeless. Got tired of the moose struggle. So far, so good. Right on, Keith. That's good. Like I said, I'm not a fan of the tubeless, but it's everybody has their own thing, and I like that I love that about motorcycles. So that's okay. Like I said, we're running along because it's the birthday show. One of the things I love about motorcycles and dirt bikes specifically is that there are so many different ones out there, from like old vintage to brand new motocrossers and everything in between and all that stuff. And I just love the fact that there's literally a bike out there for everybody. The one thing I could honestly say to the manufacturers is that they need to build some more performance bikes for shorter people, because like that is one area that is lacking right now. Thanks, Andy. If I could subscribe twice, I would. Dave Kessler, I ran tubeless with ATF as sealant. That's awesome. Oh, Paul Yancey says options are good. Yeah, 100%. Roger Hurd is asking when the 125 rebuild starts. Soon. I'm getting some help for that. And by the way, if anybody out there wants to help with that rebuild, as far as like a manufacturer, I'm not asking for money on that thing. Well, I don't know, if you want to give me money for it, that'd be great too. But I want to. I'm looking for people who want to supply parts if they want to and sponsor some of that build, because I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to get a ton of traction and views because the channel already is, and I think it could be good for someone if they're interested. Brady, yes, you can make it happen for shorter guys or girls. I agree. Yeah, so manufacturers out there build shorter bikes, but they're probably not going to. And so since they're not, you need to talk to people like Brady or your local super suspension tuner to have it shortened and done right. So the Shane McNabb absolutely says for sure on the not so wealthy, they'll try to pay up front. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, Andy, that is awesome. Here's a quick joke from Andy. Why does Snoop Dogg carry an umbrella? For drizzle. Yes, that is awesome. Yeah, so what else? So the YZ is going to start soon. Actually, Aoki, who will probably watch this later. I don't think he joins us for the live feeds. He's probably busy working. Thank you so much for the fork seals. I think they're actually in the mail. I haven't actually opened all my mail yet. But he sent us some SKF fork seals for the YZ, which is awesome. And yeah, I'm just kind of waiting on getting all that stuff together. Also, Thomas isn't quite big enough. And we are he's still in school and we're super busy. So I don't have time to get it apart because he's going to help me. My 13-year-old is going to help me with that whole build because he loves it and has a lot of pride in doing that. He's done his last 2 bikes. We bought them blown up and gone through them, and he's been really stoked. My mom says, great show. So proud of you, no matter what Roger says. Here's to many more good years. You're quite the entrepreneur. Thanks, Mom. Mom. I love my mom. Dave Custer, why does a Canadian Goose B always have one longer? Oh, why does a Canadian Goose V always have one longer leg? Because there are more geese on the longer side. Nice. Oh, that is awesome. You guys are awesome. So yeah, YZ build coming soon, very soon. Oh, actually, if you guys haven't been watching the Schlag recently, got a huge project coming up with a 300i, a TE 300i. It's a 19. We are full suspension service, full chassis bearing service, new plastics, new air filter, new, just like a bunch of stuff. And it also has a funny sound coming out of it. So it could get real expensive. What do you mean, Roger? There's my hair. My hairs. We forgot to shave it when we were down in Havasu. I'll cut it here soon. So yeah, that's coming like maybe even starting today. Cause that dude has some races coming up and we need to get that thing done and we need to figure out what the noise is. I'm hoping for him, honestly, that it's not anything big. You guys might be hoping the other way to see what's wrong. Yes, I want to come back, Roger, to Havasu. Yeah, guys, we're 45 minutes into this thing. I'm going to shut her down because I do need to get to work and get a lot of things done. Um, ba, 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 ba. Keith McQueen, an Amazon employee, has coronavirus. If you order in the next 2 hours, you can have it Saturday. Yes, that is awesome. Oh, man. All right, guys, I got to go. I got to get to work. Thank you all so much for watching. I love each and every one of you guys. You guys are awesome. Hey, Punk Rock Club, thank you for sticking around all the way to the end. This has been a great one. You guys have been tuning in. I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching this stuff. Thanks for spreading the gospel of two wheels with me. Let's keep it up. Let's get after it. Let's get more people riding dirt bikes. And guys, honestly, the weather all around the world is getting a lot better. Well, maybe not down south. But anyway, it's getting better up here in the northern hemisphere. So you got to find some time to ride your dirt bikes.